Well, as they say, doing the job twice makes it twice as nice. No. I won't go there. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Carla. Well, we're back, and as I mentioned in the last video, we've made some changes to the welder. Until now, as you know, we've been using this flux cord welding wire, and it seemed to be going alright, just until I sat down to have a cup of coffee. When I finished the last welding, I heard a huge crack. I went to look, and lo and behold, there was a big crack just in the middle of the welding. So I went to the internet, I searched around, and it turns out that there's a lot of reasons why the welding can crack like that. I can be welding too cold, too hot, not deep enough. It can be the angle that I'm holding the welding gun. There's a lot of reasons, and it can also be the wire I'm using. I had one comment on one of the earlier videos asking me if I had what kind of welding wire I was using, because the one he used was brittle. And yeah, well, so we had to make a decision. I'm not going to weld the rest of the boat with a welding wire I don't trust. I've never had a welding crack before. Of course, this is a new type of welding. I've been welding farm equipment and stuff like that, and also on the ship. I've never had a welding crack, so my first thought was the welding wire. None of the welds we did before changing to the flux cord has cracked. So the obvious solution is to change the wire. All the way from the start, I've always wanted to use protection gas in my welding, but I didn't want to do it because with the wind, I'm working outside. I don't want to have trouble with the wind, but I don't want my weldings to crack. So, well, we took a decision. We made a decision, and we changed to a normal wire, and we bought some welding gas, and now we're doing that. But what to do with all the welds I have done with the flux cord? Of course, we could leave them, but I really don't trust them. I don't want to be going out in rough weather with this boat and suddenly have something go pop and one of the hatches comes undone or something like that. So the solution is going to be, I'm going to change all the weldings I've done until now with the flux cord. Luckily, it's not that much. If I had already finished the whole boat, maybe I would do something else. But this is 2 hatches, 4, but 2 small and 2 big hatches. So we're going to replace them. And the way I'm doing that, I already did it to this yesterday. I grind away the welding on top, then I go from below with the cutting disc on the grinder, and I cut in the middle of the weld, cut all the way through so you can see through. Then I make V groove from the top and then weld it again. And today we're going to do it to this hatch and then we're going to do it on the 2 small hatches we ended the video with last time. So yeah, it's double work, but I guess that's the price you pay when you try to do it yourself. All the time we're getting smarter, hopefully. Yeah. So let's go have a look at the gas I'm using and the setup I've made for it. Well, here we are. I've made this small shed for the flask. We bought a 20-liter flask for the gas, and it weighs around 36 kilos, so I don't want to be dragging it around the boat. So instead we put it here and then just put a long hose on it, and then the hose of course connects to the welder. We're using argon CO2 mix. It's 82% argon and 18% CO2, and it works really well. I'm running it around 5 liters a minute. Some say 10, some say 5. I've been using 5 and it works alright. So, and we have a lot of gas in this. We're going to do a lot of welding, so we might as well get a big flask instead of just, I could have gotten a 10 kilo or 10 liter or smaller, but we might as well get a big one. So yeah, we're all set up, and now it's just time to do some welding. Morning everyone. Well, it's 8 o'clock, starting to get light, so it's time to get going. Yesterday we finished off in the front by giving the 2 hatches a coat of zinc spray, and well, then we finished up here. Let's have a look at the aft deck. Up here I grinded away the welding on top, and then I've cut from below with the cutting disc. I cut open the weldings, and now it's time to make a V-groove and then yeah, weld it back together again. It's kind of hard to make a proper V-groove when you can't remove the plate. Of course I could remove the plate, but yeah, it'll be a bigger job if I do that. So I make the V groove I can, but in doing that I get more of a U groove, and then there's not much material in the bottom, so I have to place a small welding bead in the middle and then weld it all together. So it's kind of a two-step weld I'm doing, but it works really nice. I get a good penetrating weld, and yeah, it looks good afterwards. So I guess that's okay. So let's get going. I have to make a V groove and get the welder up here. Well, as they say, doing the job twice makes it twice as nice. No. I won't go there. Hopefully this is the last time we have to do the job 2 times. It's quite disheartening having to remove your work and do it again, but I guess that's just the way it goes when you're trying, or when you're learning as you go. We should have bought the gas in the first place, but you want to try some new stuff, and you want to try out the options before. Yeah, I guess that's just how it is. But for now, I really like the result we're getting. It's a really smooth weld. I get a good deep weld as well. And by putting the small bead in the bottom of the V groove, we get a good penetration, and the weld hangs a little bit underneath, so we're sure that we have full thickness. So yeah, finally over with this. Now it's on to new projects. I don't really know what the next project will be on the boat. We have by the fuel fills, we have to remove, or we have to change some of the plate that's rusted through, and we also have the portholes in the side of the hull. We have to cut out and shut. And at some point we'll get the new frames for the windows and the hatches, and we'll put them in, but we're still waiting for them. So I think the next project will be the fuel fills, but we'll see. You'll see next time. We also got a new handle for the welder. This welder is a cheap but good machine, but the handle just couldn't handle the heat. So luckily in the EU there's some kind of standardization for the plugs, so we could just buy a new one and plug it in, plug and play, and we're ready with a new handle. And this really works. Together with the gas and the new thread, it works fantastically. I haven't had one stop on this whole these 4 hatches, not one. And before I had 10 a day. That's also because of the flux. The flux thread tends to plug up in the head of the handle, and this one doesn't. Perfect. So yeah, just a quick update on how it's going and double work, but hopefully that's the last double work we'll do. It won't be, but yeah, hopefully it's the last double welding we'll do. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and then I'll see you next time. Remember to like the video and subscribe if you want to get a notification next time there's a video out. Thanks for now, see you next time.